Did you know that the deep sea is full of mysteries waiting to be discovered? Well, come dive in with Decadive. The deep sea, that vast uncharted expanse that stretches out beneath the surface of our oceans, is a realm of extraordinary mystery. It's a world that we know less about than the surface of the moon or the corners of the cosmos. Yes, you heard it right. We have a better understanding of galaxies light years away than we do of the deepest depths of our own planet. Intriguing, isn't it? Let's imagine for a moment, shall we? Picture yourself plunging into the ocean, descending further and further into the depths. As you go deeper, the daylight fades, the water pressure increases, and the temperature drops. You're entering a world where the rules of the surface don't apply. This is the deep sea, a place of intense pressure, freezing temperatures, and total darkness. The sea pressure in these depths is like having 50 jumbo jets stacked on top of you. Talk about a heavy burden to bear. And the temperature? It's enough to send chills down anyone's spine, hovering just above freezing. But perhaps the most striking feature of the deep sea is the complete and utter darkness. Without a single ray of sunlight penetrating these depths, it's like being wrapped in an all-enveloping, inky black cloak. These conditions make the deep sea one of the most extreme environments on our planet. Yet it's also one of the most fascinating. It's a place where life has found ingenious ways to thrive, where geological wonders abound, and where secrets of our planet's past are preserved in the sediment. So are you ready to plunge into the abyss and uncover some unbelievable facts about the deep sea? Hold your breath. We're going in. Imagine carrying 50 jumbo jets on your back. Sounds impossible? Well, that's the kind of pressure you'd feel in the deep sea. You see, the deeper you dive, the greater the pressure becomes. For every 33 feet you descend, the pressure increases by about 15 pounds per square inch. That's like having an elephant sit on your foot. And at the deepest part of the ocean, the pressure can be over 1,000 times greater than at sea level. Now, you might be wondering, how do creatures survive under such crushing pressure? Well, deep sea creatures have evolved over millions of years and have some pretty cool adaptations. They are built to withstand the enormous pressure, with flexible bones and bodies that can compress without damage. Some even have special proteins that keep their cells working under extreme conditions. So next time you're under pressure, just think of the deep sea creatures, and you might feel a tad bit lighter. If you think your winter is cold, the deep sea says, "Hold my beer." Yes, dear listeners, the frosty temperatures we experience during our chilliest winters are a tropical vacation compared to the deep sea. Down there, it's a constant bone-chilling, teeth-chattering, goosebumps-inducing cold. We're talking temperatures that can drop to a few degrees above freezing, colder than any winter you've ever known. But hey, life finds a way, right? The deep sea is no exception. The creatures that call this icy abyss home have evolved in some truly mind-boggling ways to cope with the cold. Some produce antifreeze proteins to prevent their bodily fluids from freezing. Others have slow metabolic rates to conserve energy in an environment where food is scarce. It's the ultimate example of adapt or perish. So, if you ever feel like complaining about the cold, remember the deep sea creatures chilling at sub-zero temperatures. Don't they make our winters seem like a walk in the park? Ever been afraid of the dark? The deep sea says, cute. Imagine a world where the sun never rises, where the concept of daylight is as foreign as a summer's day on Mars. Welcome to the deep sea, an environment so dark it makes your blackout curtains seem transparent. This eternal night is home to a myriad of creatures who have evolved to thrive without a glimmer of light. They navigate their inky world through heightened senses, sensing tiny changes in water pressure, temperature, and even detecting the faintest electrical fields. And hunting? Well, they've got that down to a fine art. Many deep-sea creatures are equipped with their own biological flashlights, producing a phenomenon known as bioluminescence. They use this to lure unsuspecting prey into their jaws, like a moth to a flame. So, if you're ever scared of the dark, remember, some creatures live their entire lives in complete darkness and they're doing just fine. Looking for aliens? Forget space, dive into the deep sea. The vast abyss of the deep sea is teeming with life forms so bizarre, they might as well be from another planet. Creatures like the fang-toothed fish, with teeth so long it can't even close its mouth, or the anglerfish, which lures its prey with a bioluminescent appendage, are perfect examples of extreme adaptations to the harsh conditions of the deep sea. Then there's the gulper eel, a creature with an enormous mouth and a highly expandable stomach to swallow prey larger than itself. Let's not forget the vampire squid, a critter with the largest eyes relative to its body size in the entire animal kingdom. But perhaps the most alien-like of all is the Dumbo octopus, named for its ear-like fins that make it look like a deep-sea version of Disney's Dumbo. Who needs a spaceship to find aliens when you can just take a submarine to the deep sea? Who said mountains only exist on land? The deep sea begs to differ. Picture this: vast mountain ranges stretching farther than the Himalayas, and valleys deeper than the Grand Canyon. These underwater topographies, known as seamounts and trenches, are not just geological wonders. They're vibrant, bustling hubs of life. Seamounts, or underwater mountains, are hotspots of biological activity. Their steep slopes act as highways for nutrients, attracting a plethora of creatures from tiny plankton to magnificent whales. Then we have the trenches, the deep, deep valleys of the ocean. These are the ultimate testaments to resilience, housing creatures that have adapted to the most extreme conditions on Earth. These underwater mountains and valleys play a crucial role in shaping the Earth's climate too. They guide currents that distribute heat around our planet, helping to regulate our climate. So if you ever get tired of climbing mountains, remember, there are whole ranges waiting for you under the sea. Think your neighborhood is noisy? The deep sea is the epitome of peace and quiet. Down there, the hustle and bustle of our daily lives fades into a serene silence. This isn't just because it's devoid of chatty neighbors or honking cars. The physics of sound changes in this underwater realm. Sound moves about 4 times faster in water than in air due to its density. But here's the twist. The deeper you dive, the pressure increases, and so does the speed of sound. It's a bit like trying to have a conversation while skydiving, only without the wind or the adrenaline rush. Yet, despite sound's super speed, the deep sea is incredibly quiet. The majority of sea creatures are silent, their survival strategies honed by millions of years of evolution to be as stealthy as possible. They don't want to make a peep and alert potential predators to their presence. So, if you're ever looking for some peace and quiet, you know where to go. Just don't forget your submarine. We've just scratched the surface of the deep sea's mysteries. There's so much more to discover. Remember how we dove into the deep, where we discovered a world under immense pressure, colder than the iciest winter's day, and darker than the blackest night? Or when we met the alien-like creatures that call this extreme environment home? We've journeyed through underwater mountain ranges and experienced the eerie silence of the ocean depths. Each dive unlocks new secrets and introduces us to the incredible resilience of life on Earth. These unbelievable facts about the deep sea are just the beginning. There are still countless species to discover, geological formations to map, and mysteries to unravel. The deep sea is not a world apart, but a part of our world, a crucial component of our planet's health and our own survival. But we can't dive alone. We need a crew of curious minds willing to plunge into the unknown, question the familiar, and embrace the surprises that come with exploration. So, if you've enjoyed this deep-sea journey, if you've marveled at the wonders of the ocean depths, and if you're eager for more, then it's time to join us on our next dive. Just hit that like button. It's your passport to the deep. It's your way of saying, yes, I'm in. I'm ready for the next dive. And don't forget to share. Spread the word, invite your friends to join this underwater expedition. The more the merrier. Who knows? Your share might inspire the next great oceanographer. And finally, subscribe. Subscribing is like setting your compass for adventure. It means you're part of the crew, ready for whatever the deep sea has in store. So come dive in with Decadive, and let's explore the mysteries of our planet together. See you in the next dive.